How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Bolt Banter. It's your boy Curtis. We have Kendrick here again.
Hey, what's up? Let's talk about free agents.
Free agency. Wow. All right. So yesterday, some stuff went down. I remember waking up early. Phone was blowing up. Rappaport was reporting Travis Benjamin coming to San Diego. And from there, I must say, it was just a great day. Also, prior to yesterday, the beginning of the free agency period, we re-signed Barksdale, which is big. But going from Travis Benjamin, or going off Travis Benjamin, I remember watching him prior to the Cleveland game and being worried that we couldn't shut him down. And now that he's on our team, I'm ecstatic. I don't know how you feel, Kendrick, but I'm psyched.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about him as our number two receiver, our big deep threat. It'll be interesting to see how he fits in if we draft a receiver. I think that a lot of people are talking about Keenan Allen, then Travis Benjamin, then Stevie Johnson in the slot. I'm very curious to see how that works, just because Benjamin, while he's a speed guy, while he's a deep threat, I still don't see where our possession guy's at. Maybe that's where Gates fits into the mold. But I'm curious what Wizenhunt can do with this offense, because when he was in Tennessee, we saw so many deep balls with guys like Dorial Green Beckham and Kendall Wright doing big things. So I think Travis Benjamin is just another weapon to add to Philip Rivers' arsenal. I owned him in fantasy football for a couple weeks there when he was with the Cleveland Browns, him and Johnny Manziel doing big things. So when you go from Johnny Manziel to Philip Rivers, my goodness.
Yeah,
You lot.
there's a stat that Michael, is it Gelkin? Is that how you say it, from UT?
Michael Gelkin from Union Tribune,
Yep.
stud.
He posted a stat about, I don't know the exact number, but basically in the past years that Benjamin has been with the Browns, he's had like 9 receivers throw to him. So there's only going to be one here in San Diego, and that'll be awesome.
Dude, he's gonna be big. And he talked about how a big factor for him was all the Chargers fans reaching out to him on social media saying, "Hey, please come to San Diego." So
Really?
very cool, Chargers Nation stepping up.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
super cool. Yeah.
I didn't hear about that. That's awesome.
And to all these free agents, if anyone knows them, Bull Banter has already reached out to them to be on our show. But if you know any of these guys, Travis Benjamin, Brandon Mebane,
Lowry.
Dwight Lowry, yep. Let them know. Have them come on. They've all got a different story to tell. Bull Banter welcomes
them to San Diego. So following that, we put a second round tender on a die. All right. I think it dropped there for a minute.
So you were saying we put the second round tender on a die, restricted free agent, bring him back.
Yeah, and I was saying I don't know if everyone is super familiar with that term. I was wondering if you could give us a little description. I looked it up yesterday because I wasn't super familiar with it.
Well, my understanding of it was that they're a restricted free agent, so this is like a franchise tag. But I think there's some kind of compensation with a draft pick or so if they walk. So I think the whole idea of it is that if they wanted to walk, the whole idea of it is that if they wanted to walk as a free agent, then we would get a second round draft pick further down the line. Not this year, but further down the line.
And I looked it up, but what it said though was it was more about there's like a tier system of money, and from what I understood, it only meant that the team offered him a certain amount of money, so a second round tier of money, like as a contract, like here's his contract. But if he rejects it, then in return they get a pick for the round that he was drafted in. What I don't know how it works out is he was not drafted, so I don't know what we would get in return.
Yeah, it's something to do with compensation, like if they wanted to
Yeah,
walk.
it's some kind of compensation, but basically we kind of put a sort of tag on him, like you were saying.
Yeah, it's just another franchise tag. It has a monetary value, and then it's to kind of protect the team in case the player walks, so he doesn't screw them over.
Yeah. All right, and then following that, this was all before the free agency period began at 1. It was basically coming in, news was coming in that Gates was going to resign, which was huge because I think we were worried because it was up to the last minute till we actually heard about it, or at least a couple hours before. Gates would have become a free
It
agent.
was 3 hours before he would have become a free agent.
Scary. And then, unfortunately, I think kind of a domino effect, or something that some Charger fans kind of foresaw was going to happen. It was foreseen that Green was going to pursue other options, maybe, and he has chosen to go to Pittsburgh. I think we're back now. For some reason, it dropped again. I don't know why it's doing that, but
You were talking about Green going to Pittsburgh.
official signed the contracts.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's just a situation where we couldn't pay them both.
Yep.
They want to make it work with both, so we'll see how that changes. You gotta imagine that maybe they asked McCoy, maybe they asked was it on like can you do it with just Gates? Maybe we draft a tight end, 6th round, 5th round.
It's a bummer though because we've been like molding him to take his spot for all these years, and now we lost him. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It is frustrating. We've been grooming him to be the next guy, and
Mhm.
it's not going to happen.
And I get it, I understand it, but to me, it's like, dude, if you just waited like 2 years, you know, 2 years max, maybe a year, you would have been starting tight end.
Oh well,
Oh well.
tight ends are a commodity in the NFL.
Yep. All right, and next up, a lot of fans were talking about this. We really wanted Alex Mack, the center, to the Chargers, but we lost him to the Falcons. What are your thoughts on that, Kendrick?
My biggest thought is that the Chargers should have ponied up all the cash that they could have to get a guy like Alex Mack, and the report says that they didn't. It says the Chargers had talked to his agent, but that they weren't all in was the word that everyone was using.
Mm.
So what it basically tells me is that they had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you're freaking crazy. You should have had Alex Mack. You should have locked this guy up. He should have been Philip Rivers' guy. The heir apparent to Nick Hardwick is who we should have had, and we lost him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And I don't understand because they're not even looking at a free agent today. If you had locked up Alex Mack and the other 3 guys that they had signed, money in the bank, close it up, let's go to the draft. Let's get it done.
Yeah, and part of my, I guess, logical reasoning to support that would be that Maybe they just feel confident in Watt to be the guy. Um,
Man, I don't. Still
but
don't.
it would be nice to get a veteran like Mack. We all wanted it. We wanted him super bad.
I mean, it would have been nice to get Mack and then talk about moving Watt to right guard and Fluker back to right tackle.
Yep. But then where's
Huge.
Barksdale going to go? Left.
Barksdale's going to be our backup like he was,
All
moving around everywhere.
right. And then, so then after that, Benjamin officially signed. And then, kind of a surprise to me, we signed a former Seahawk nose tackle, Brandon Mebane.
Brandon Mebane.
Mebane. Mebane, Ubane, he's Bane, dude. He's a beast. I'm excited
Bro,
for
get ready. Get that Bane breathing mask on this guy. Let's go. Bane in Mission Valley.
I've seen so many memes and like photoshops of him with Bane being Bane. It was funny.
I'm stoked, man. This is huge. Brandon Mebane is a very huge leader for that Seahawks front seven, that huge team. We're starting to see that Seahawks defensive nucleus just kind of pitter patter out into the NFL. And,
Yeah.
Mebane was a big part of that. He's a part of 2 Super Bowls
Hmm.
on that defense. And they would keep talking about what he's going to do for Corey Legit. How Mebane's an older guy, he's 31, but he's really going to be a mentor to Legit. And if we get Buckner or Bosa, a mentor to that guy as well. Huge, huge with
And
those 3 guys up front.
if we can keep Reyes, I think that would be good if we could just have depth.
Yeah, just have Kendall Reyes'
And
depth.
he
And then even
he's
if you wanted to put 4 guys up front, you have that option.
yeah. Reyes has been more like above average, to where I think we should keep him.
I
But
think they're going to re-sign him to a very small contract, but I think that'll be tomorrow.
but man, that's great that we picked him up. And I heard him on 1090 yesterday. You sounded excited to be in San Diego. Scott and BR were just loving him on the show, and I'm excited to have a big guy. He talked about Jamal Williams actually, how he always looked up Jamal Williams. So I think it's kind of funny full circle now he's in San Diego. Then to wrap it all up, we signed the safety Dwight Lowry from the Colts. Telesco's old franchise to the Chargers. So we got a safety, another safety.
And he has a beard.
He has a
And
beard.
he has a beard.
And dread.
And dreads. Put him right next to Jaleel Dye for head.
Guy and Weddle combined, you have Lowry.
Well, that would be the idea, at least.
Just imagine.
I think the word that everyone uses with Dwight Lowry is journeyman. He's been on 4 different teams in the last 4 years, I think, trying to find a home. And I think the biggest thing with Dwight Lowry is, can San Diego be his home? And right now, he's kind of a patchwork where if we go Buckner or Bosa, we have a safety back there, a guy who's capable, he's healthy, he's started every game for the Colts. But if we get Jalen Ramsey, Dwight Lowry is a very capable guy that you can just plug in to different spots.
You know what I was thinking? I don't remember if you and I were talking about this or I saw it in a video, but I think it was us. We were just talking about, someone was talking about how he can shut down a tight end.
Oh, I've never
And
heard that, but that's incredible.
there's video of him just like covering tight ends in college. So I thought, like, dude, what if he's just some kind of nickel corner kind of deal where he just covers the tight end and just shuts him down, like a lockdown
Well,
tight end.
that's where I think Jalen fits in. If you had Dwight Lowry out there, I think Jalen could be a plug-in nickel and dime
That's what I'm
corner
saying.
guy. So
Adai, Lowry, and Jalen all in the same scheme. It should be sick.
dig it. Maybe you start looking at a guy like Patrick Robinson to bring back
We should definitely.
as we segue into guys that we should be talking to right now. Patrick Robinson, number 1 on that list.
I agree.
And if this guy with a beard who doesn't have a beard anymore because he shaved it, named Eric Weddle, is still there on Saturday. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Eric Weddle's agent cut my feed because he didn't want me saying stuff about his client because he's not available talking to teams right now.
Oh,
What I was gonna say was that if this guy with a beard who doesn't have a beard named Eric Weddle is still a free agent tomorrow, watch for Telesco to pick up that phone. Think about it,
man. I mean, at this point, hopefully everyone can just kind of put.
I mean, where are you gonna go? Like you already missed out on the Jaguars' money. The Raiders have thrown around a bunch of money. So I mean, even if you go to the Raiders, you're going on a low deal. Maybe Pittsburgh throws you a bone. Maybe New England throws you a bone. But wouldn't you rather just come back to the Chargers now?
I know, especially after
Seriously.
the statement in terms. Like the statement we made yesterday in acquiring in dope beast nose tackle and a safety to possibly take a spot. Who knows? I mean, I guess part of it would be if he's going to start or not, wherever he's going to go or could go.
Oh, he'll start wherever he goes, that's for sure.
Yeah. But now it's going to be tough, though, because you think about it. You're going to have Lowry, Adai, and Weddle, and then Jalen in there.
All of them.
He's going to start where? I don't know. It could all work out.
What kind of injustice would it be for Eric Weddle to come back to the Chargers, give him a shot, and they're like, "Nah, we're good. We've already moved on."
Or we just put him on a team, we don't even start him.
Dude, for me, I'd be embarrassed as an agent if it's taken this long to get Weddle a deal.
I know.
Personally, he should have been off the board. Right now, NFL Free Agency Tracker, he's the number 8 guy on there. What are you doing?
I know. He needs to get signed. I don't think we need him, but it would be cool to have him back in terms of a loyal fan to Weddle.
Well, Eric Weddle is always welcome to be on Bold Banter if you like talking about his time with the Chargers. Really quickly, 2 veteran guards to look at. Louis Vasquez, former Charger, released by the Broncos.
Bring him back.
Jerry Evans, former All-Pro, released by the Saints. Please, somebody think about these 2 guards, man. Come on now.
Never let them go.
Come on.
Never let them go.
What are we doing? We got these 2 great guards out there. We're not even thinking about them? Really?
The moment they let go of Vasquez, I'm like, bring him home. Bring him home.
Seriously. Bring him home. I miss this guy. I got Madden 08 on the PS2 right over there. Louis Vasquez, Nick Hardwick, and them boys wrecking it up.
Bring him back.
My goodness. I haven't forgotten. You haven't forgotten.
Mm-mm.
Chargers Reddit hasn't forgotten. Shout out to Chargers Reddit, always on the pulse.
Oh, yeah. Chargers Reddit. Yeah, dude. I want Vasquez.
And if you can't get Patrick Robinson, go get Brent Grimes to play nickel corner. Guy's a beast, dude. Guy's a beast. You gonna tell me right now Brandon Flowers is gonna go out and sit down on the field when a guy like Brent Grimes is right there looking at it, taking his spot? Please.
Grimes is just sitting there. I said it yesterday, right when it was tweeted out, Grimes was released. I'm like, we got to jump on that. We got to take, if we want to make a statement, if we want to do it, let's do it.
Think about that Dolphins game 2 years ago where they wrecked us. You want to know who wrecked us in that game? Brent Grimes destroyed Phillip Rivers' day. Bring him on this team, man.
It's true.
Think about Bill Belichick's philosophy. If you wreck the Patriots, you're a Patriot. You're a Patriot if you can go out there and wreck the Patriots. Darrelle Revis brought him in, won a Super Bowl. Where's he now? New York Jets. Come on. Bring these guys in, and then let them go. The Raiders will steal them.
Yep. Well, we have a couple things that the Chargers should, or a couple suggestions the Chargers should do still, and still fresh. We've only been, I guess, 24 hours into free agency technically, so we'll see what happens. But it's kind of funny. It was like a fast start, and now it's very slow development. But
breaking news!
Oh,
Nate Robinson, NBA guard, announces that his intention to go to the NFL. So Chargers, think about that. Possibly a return man. Nate Robinson. Played 1 year of football at the University of Washington.
Huh.
Just want
Well,
to throw
that's
that one
something
out.
I was not expecting. But there you go.
Oh, he'll be
Wow.
trying out for safety. The new Eric Weddle, Nate Robinson.
Nope. No, thank you. I'm sorry.
Listed at 5'9" and 180 pounds. Well, we wish him
No,
the best. We
no
wish him the
comment.
best.
Wish them the best. No comment. Anyway, yeah, let's get some more guys on this team. AFC West has been crazy in terms of drama and moves. Broncos are losing everyone. And Raiders have been spending money. A
Wow, the
lot of it.
Falcons signed Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Raiders are spending money. Chiefs got fined and lost a couple draft
They
picks
got hit
and also
hard.
signed some people. But man, there's just some drama going on in the AFC West. It's kind of wild right now. Wild West over here. Can't
Yeah, I
handle
mean,
it.
everyone's in an instant. The AFC West has flipped from the Raiders and Chiefs at the powerhouse to the Chargers and Broncos in the bottom. But anything can happen by August. We got 5 months before we even start seeing these teams. So we will see.
It's going to be a interesting division. I think it could be fair game, honestly.
Right now, the Chargers are an 8-8 team. Will they rise? Absolutely. But that's all I'll say right now. They're an 8-8 team.
I could agree. As long as we go up from last year, I'm happy. So
4-12 to 8-8. I mean, your rebuilding process is going up from there. Telling you right now, though, Ken Wisenhunt, the truth. Welcome back.
he could.
I don't think I can say that enough.
He has the potential to be the hero.
Welcome back.
Superman returns. You know what I'm
We
saying?
missed you. Oh man. Also, I didn't really talk about this in our draft show, but Philip Rivers' brother, we might draft him.
Yeah, people keep talking about that.
Be pretty darn cool.
As long as he's good enough, you know.
Can you imagine 14 more years of Rivers, another Rivers?
That
That'd
would
be
be cool.
nuts.
Some people are like geeking out about it, like not even Charger fans, just like analysts. Like, you should draft Rivers because Rivers. I'm just like, okay.
I think I think a lot of people are going crazy over the David Carr to Derek Carr thing. Again,
Exactly.
it's going to be the opposite in this situation. Let's be honest with you.
But it's the same like obsession of them being related. Like, oh my gosh, they're related.
Peyton and Eli.
Yeah.
All the best, young Rivers. If he's a Charger, he's welcome. Absolutely. Can you imagine if he wore number 7? How cool would that be? Be pretty darn cool.
Or if he was under like Phil's training, I guess. Like
New clipboard Jesus, young Rivers.
Yep, young Rivers and Rivers. All right, I think that's all we have to talk about for free agency.
Yeah, that's a bull banter show in the books.
Show. Hopefully, get some more done in free agency, and I think the Raiders spent all their money, so they can go simmer down now. They have any
If you're
left.
watching on YouTube, remember to subscribe, leave us a comment, and we'll come back to you. We love talking to the people, so let us know.
Yep.
Chargers Reddit, thank you for your support. You're
Chargers
awesome.
Reddit, shout out.
So much. iTunes, please subscribe. Download us there. SoundCloud, we're right there too.
Oh yeah, any one of those, and feel free to comment, ask any questions, and we will answer them.
Bull banter Twitter on the pulse right now with NFL free agency.
Turn on those notifications. The little settings icon, notifications. We'll keep you updated on all things Chargers. So thanks for watching again, guys, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Later.